Stephan R. Covey popularized something called the Eisenhower Matrix. Basically, this is a matrix that helps you to figure out what to prioritize in your life. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you 21 different things that are important but not urgent, specifically for information marketers like you to use in your business. So basically, what I'm encouraging you to do is to every day do something that's important but not urgent. Let me just quickly review the Eisenhower Matrix. Here's how it works. So we've got two things, and I hope you can see this. So I'm going to pull the camera up closer. So we got things that are urgent and things that are urgent and important. And so category 1 are things that are urgent and important. Quadrant 2, this is the sweet spot. These are things that are not urgent, but very important to do. Quadrant 3 are things that are not important and urgent. Somebody's got to set the doctor's appointment or whatever it is. And then number 4 is things that are not important and not urgent. Just don't even bother to do those. Okay. All right. So urgent and important, your car just broke down. You got to go fix it. Not urgent, but important are changing your oil so you don't have to change your engine later on. I say that from experience because I literally had an experience. Someday I'll tell you about this experience getting stuck in the middle of Nebraska because I forgot, because I didn't do exactly this. And it's a bigger story than I can tell right now. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share with you 21 important but not urgent tasks. I recommend that you do most of these at least weekly, all of them every single month, okay? And this is specifically designed for people who sell courses, people who are writers, speakers, coaches, consultants, those kinds of things. All right, number 1, list building. If you're not actively doing things to build your list on a regular basis, my suggestion, create a new opt-in incentive at least once a month, ideally once a week, until you get to about 30 or so. Next, have conversations with potential joint people who can be joint ventures for you so that they can sell your product and you give them a commission for every sale, substantially increasing your sales every time. Number 3, creating content. You need to regularly be out there creating content. This is not urgent, but it's important. And the more you do, the facts show the more you'll make. Next, calling customers and prospects. I recommend that every single day you are on the phone with somebody who could potentially buy your product, not to sell them, but to talk to them, to build relationships with them, and to understand where their brains are at, what they're struggling with, what their needs are, what their problems are, so that you can help to solve them. Next is mailing your list. So we build it, but we also need to mail it regularly. So you can't just say, hey, I'm building this list and I haven't got a lot to say and I don't want to be bothersome. But if you don't mail your list, then when you do mail your list, you're going to be a spammer. So you need to be doing that too. Next, building relationships. And by this, I mean, with everybody, you need to consistently make a habit of actively working to create relationships with your customers and prospects, so they're more willing to trust you, more wanting to buy from you, relationships with peers, relationships with suppliers, relationships with buyers. All those things you need to actively working on building relationships. Next, learning your topic. You should always be the number one student in whatever topic it is that you teach, because this helps you to always be giving the very best information to your customers. Next, hey, you need to be learning how to do key tasks. So there are a number of tasks that are out there that need to be done. You need to be learning how to do them. Let me give you an example of this. Hey, you need to be learning how to use your tech tools to do things in a better way so that you don't have to spend a lot of money outsourcing. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be outsourcing tech, But what I am saying is everybody needs to learn the tech so that you have the ability to do it if an emergency happens, and so that you're able to better understand, hey, this should take about half an hour to do. And so you're not paying for 4 hours of work for somebody to do it. You need to have those skills. Next thing, you need to be actively doing and learning SEO principles. So search engine optimization, so that you're getting higher in the search engine, so you're getting natural traffic for free without having to pay for it. Next, you need to be creating video on a regular basis so that you're using this amazing technique, this amazing communication method, this thing where everybody is right now. You may be afraid of it. That doesn't mean it's not important. Learn how to get on video and do it well. Hey, next thing, you need to be thinking about your thinking. So you need to be thinking, what am I doing to cripple myself in the way that I think about life and the way I think about things that are going on? You need to regularly be analyzing how you're doing in that. Next, trend tracking, especially in your marketplace, but also in areas like marketing, tech, internet, those kinds of things. You need to be understanding where the world is, and more importantly, where it's going, so that you can bring your audience along with you to where they need to be, and so that you're not way behind saying, wait a minute, I missed that one. I need to get back on that train. Next, I talk a lot about recreation. What I really mean is recreating. So recreating your life. So I'm not saying go and sit and watching Netflix, though occasionally I do that very thing. But recreating, what are the things that bring joy, that bring energy, that bring power into your life? That's not recreation. That's recreating. You need to regularly be recreating your life. Next, you need to be doing some strategic thinking, planning out your future. What am I going to do in January of next year? What am I going to do in second quarter of next year? Etc. So that you're thinking about what you're going to do to build your business overall as time goes on. Next, you need to be thinking about, how do I become internet famous? The internet is the single biggest and best way to get your message, get your face, get your everything about you in front of the people who are potentially buyers. Yes, if you're Oprah, TV was really great for her. But the problem is TV goes to everyone. The power of the internet allows you to go in front of targeted audiences and doing those things. Arena, yes, you need to get on TikTok. Next, you need to be working on money management. So this is everything from budgeting to investing to how best to structure your company so that you'll be able to sell it for more when you're ready to retire. The selling of your company is the biggest paycheck you will ever get in your entire career. Okay. Next, team building. So you may not be ready for a team yet, but that doesn't mean that you're not ready to hire a virtual assistant or something like that. And as you do this, you need to actively work on building relationships with that team member or all those team members so that you are able to function well with them. Next, building systems and habits. We all have systems. We all do systems every single day. How many of those have you actually sat down and documented and turned into a system so you can hand it to a virtual assistant or someone else and have them do just as well as you do in those particular areas? Next, you need to be knowing your analytics, studying your analytics. I know these are numbers. Numbers are scary for many people. They're actively something that it's important. It's not urgent. And when you get into your numbers and you understand them, you will become a significantly better marketer. Your launches will go better. Everything will turn out better. Final one in this list is, I recommend that every one of us on a regular basis be serving someone, not a customer, not a supplier, just serving someone who needs help. Why? Because you'll be blessed as a result. So I just showed you 21 important things. What did you think about them? Were they any good? Let me know in the comments. I just showed you 21 things. Every one of these is important. Most of them are probably not urgent for you right now. My recommendation is do them now when they're not urgent so they don't become costly emergencies later on. Important, not urgent, needs to be a regular part of what you think about when you sit down and plan your day. What can I do that's important, not urgent? Because this is where businesses are built. This is where careers are built. This is where you become who you really want to be, is doing those important, not urgent tasks. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. This is Don Crowther saying, just go do this stuff.